Well, hello, hello. It is Saturday, and we're so dang covered up in snow and ice. I took the trash out, and I got 2 sticks to help me walk to get to the trash can because I was afraid it's going to fall. It's slicker than a cat, you know what. But that's the way it goes. So we've got to get our beans done. I'm going to take this old grease after I told y'all you let that set overnight. Get that old grease off of all that. You don't want that in your food if you don't have to. That's just plain old grease. So I just dip that all off. Try to as much as I possibly can, because look, see how much grease you kept from getting in your stomach and body and all that. Okay, I think I've got on this meat. There's not much more that I can take off of there. So I got me a little parcel here with a paper plate, and I'm going to put that down in there so that I can take that to the garbage. Now then, let me look through here and see. Yeah, it's just ham and onions and all our juice and stuff like that. So I've already rinsed these beans once, but I see I let them soak overnight. So they're kidney beans and pinto beans. But you see that they're really well soaked, and I've rinsed them once about 2:30 when I got up. So I'm fixing to just put those into my pot. I'm going to put those into my Instapot. And then I'm going to get some. I'll probably have to drain some of that. I'll be back in a second. All right, I drained that off back into that bowl so that if I need it, I can use it. Okay, I'm going to open a petite diced tomatoes. I'm going to put those, just a can of petite diced tomatoes in my beans. I'm going to put about, let me get my chili powder open. I thought I had one open, but maybe, let me get this one open, y'all. I can't hardly do anything with my hands being so arthritis-y. I don't know how I should say it. Let me get Dolly. Oh, where's Dolly? Dolly. Let me rinse my hands off. Okay. Now, we got Dolly here. And I'm going to put 2 tablespoons. That's a pretty big pot. Let's put 2.5 of chili powder. Love my little turntable here. I had that from a gift. I had never used it. Now I'm going to put about a tablespoon of garlic back in there. Now then, we'll stir that down into our beans. I'll have to put some black pepper in there. Let me get some black pepper. Let's do about a tablespoon. Get that mixed down in there. Smells delicious already, but it's not cooked. So now I'm going to put in some salt, because you can't be, let's see, I'll put about, let me get a teaspoon, a little over a teaspoon. So just mix that down in there. Okay, now I get my cheat sheet. I always use my Instapot cheat sheet, so I know, I think it's about 20 something, but pinto beans, any, covered with fluid or liquid, says 22 minutes on high natural release, but I like mine a little longer than that, because I want them so soft that they're just soupy. I mean, not soupy, but thicker, thicker bean. So I'm going to put mine on high and put my cheat sheet up. It just sticks on your icebox. Y'all need to get one of those from Amazon if you don't have that and you got an Instapot. It'll help you cook your stuff. So I'm going to put these here in the Instapot, and then I'm going to get my lid, and I'm going to put it on to lock it in. Then I'll go to my bean setting, and it says 20, but I'm putting it on about 40. And I'm going to take off keep warm, and now it'll click. Make sure your lids are all there, and you got that little spray, what do you call it, steam button up, so that it don't evaporate out. And so you probably could do those about 30 minutes, but I do them, I'm going to try to do that about 40, and we'll see how it comes out. Okay, we'll talk to you in a little while. Oh my gosh, it's so cold. I went outside to take my trash out, and I think I cut my arm. I got out there and I slipped and slided into a patio chair, but I got back in the house. I always tell Mother when I go out, because you never know if I'm going to make it back. But I heard our beans go off, so I'm just going to let them sit there in natural release. Let's see if they got steam. We can hear it. Yeah, they've got steam, but I'm going to natural release them while I make our cornbread. Because we're going to make some good cornbread today. Let's make that, I'm not going to make the jalapeno cornbread, but I'm going to make, I can use it without the jalapenos. So the way I did it before is I took I take my Swansdown cake flour, and I've had good luck using that. Now I'll take grandmother's old cup that Lord, that cup is so old, but that's okay. It still measures just like it did in 1920 something. Now if it's a little more, it's okay, because this Swansdown cake flour is so so thin it gets all over the place if you don't watch it. Now I'll take a cup of yellow cornmeal, and I'll I'll put that in there. Okay, let me get a whisk. Just get that, any little clumps chopped up, or let me get this off of here. Gosh, I hope y'all are staying safe and not falling around the trash dump like I did. But that's okay, you know. Just the way it goes. Now let me get I'm going to put a fourth a cup of this Bob's Red Mill Egg Replacer. I feel like that it makes cakes, it makes cornbread, it makes anything. I'm telling you, I feel like it makes it soft and good, and just believe that. Yes, I do. Let's see, I'm trying to see I'm trying to get my little deal here. Now I put my bay leaves down in that so the bugs, we don't have bugs, but my grandmother kept bay leaves and everything, and I've got it and everything too, just like, okay, that's a fourth a cup of the egg replacer. Put her bay leaves back in there. I guess my sister gave me this. I guess you can buy this. It says it's equivalent to 34 eggs. This egg replacer is gluten-free. It's by that Bob's Red Mill. I just keep it down here in the cabinet, the pull-out cabinet, just for my cornbread, because I think it, and any cakes that I feel like need to be real soft, then I'll use that instead, you know, because let's get that mixed in. Okay. Now, let me get, I'm going to put a fourth a cup. I'm going to say a little more than that. I'm going to say a half a can of my cream style corn. I'm going to use that, a half a can of that, but I've got to get buttermilk. Let me get my buttermilk. Okay. Let me get the buttermilk. Don't forget the buttermilk. Let me set this over here. I'm going to get my wet ingredients and all that put together. Then I'll do it that way. We could cut a little pepper. Let me show you. Put a little, since we're not doing jalapeno, let's get this green pepper here. And I'm going to just lop that off because I need to use this. And, oh Lord. I'm always dropping something because I can't see too well today. I'm going to rinse that pepper off real good with, I'll dip it in my baking soda water and then I'll rinse it. Now then, I'm not going to use the whole thing. I'm just going to use one portion. So let's just chop that. That'll give it a good little flavor with that corn. Now if you want to do your jalapenos, go ahead and you can do it however you want to, chop it or whatever. But this, you know, the way I do it is I pre-do everything. If I had a red one, I'd put a red one. I do have some red bell pepper in the freezer, but there's no sense in going and getting all that out. It's just going to be me and Mama. Well, I'll tell you today it'll be just me and Mama because there's no traffic. And the snow is about, well, I don't know. It's way up there. A few feet, I think. Okay, I'm going to put this in one of my rice bowls. Yeah, I'm already tired. But what I said I was going out the trash. I went out the trash, and I did take the trash out. But what I got out there, I saw a mockingbird. Poor little old thing. Was trying to peck one of the cat water bowls that I have outside, the animal water bowls. And I thought, that little thing needs some water. So I decided, bright idea, you know, Billie Jean's bright idea, that I would get my small sledgehammer and I would beat the bucket thing. Well, that's when I started sliding, when I started beating the ice. Couldn't catch myself. But to make a long story short, I got the mockingbird's water, broke open. So I thought, well, now that's not going to help them. That's going to refreeze overnight. So what can I do? I thought, you know, I've got several crock pots, old crock pots in the cupboards. I'm going to go get one of the crock pots. So off I go into the house to the kitchen pantry, get the crock pot, take it out to the outside, get it secure up on somewhere where it couldn't be, you know, get down into water and stuff. And so I had to finally get a electrical cord, extension cord, ran it around and tied it up and got it all. And here I was in my pair of shorts, and finally I put my puffer coat on to go back out there and a little old beanie. But my legs, last night when I was putting, I put plastic bags on the on the rearview mirrors, just in case Mother and I got in an emergency bind, like I told y'all, I'd go get gas, you know. Let me do this while I'm talking to y'all. Okay, I'm going to put hot water on my peppers, and I'm going to put them in the microwave for just a little bit and let them soften up so Billie Jean can eat them. That's all I do. I just put out of my hot dispenser, I just put it like that. And then I'll put it into my microwave for about 3 minutes and let it kind of just softens them up. So, I put the Walmart sacks on the rearview mirrors just in case Mother and I had to go somewhere, like an emergency or something, which I don't think we could ever get out of our road. I really don't, and get out on the other main thoroughfare. But if we had to, we could try it, I guess. So that sleep last night, when I was trying to get those, I'd already covered the front window and the back window, and I leave the windshield wipers stuck up in the air. You know, you don't want to put them down on the window or they'll freeze to the cardboard or the window or whatever. So I already had that done. The wind was blowing, and you know, that sleep chapped my legs on my right leg from blowing against me. When I got in the house, of course I couldn't do it because I was so cold last night in them same shorts. So I thought, crazy thing, get out there. And I didn't tell Mother that I went out there. And she said, when I came back in, where were you? I said, well, I was out there. You didn't tell me. What if you'd have fallen? I thought, well, I better start telling her because I don't know when I'll get out there and slip down or fly down or what have you. Okay, so now let me get something to put let me get something to put my liquid ingredients in. So I'm going to put a half a can of the cream corn. That's a little more than half. I'm going to put 1 cup of the Great Value low cultured. I always get low cultured because that high cultured buttermilk seems to upset me. So I'm going to put 1 cup of low cultured buttermilk in there. Now then, let me see if I've got the jalapenos. Okay, let me get them. See if they're ready. Oh, they're steaming. They're steaming. Let me get a pot holder because I can't get them out of there with that steaming like that. They're hot. No. Now see, those are just as hot as they can be. But they'll soften them peppers up. If you have onions, you can do it that way too. Let me get my buttermilk put up. I'll let them cool off just a minute while I'm doing this. Yeah, they're smoking. Smoking. Let me get a spoon here. Get this corn and buttermilk stirred together there. I'm going to put some honey in that. I'm going to put about 2 tablespoons of honey, some local honey, into that. Because I like a little sweetness and I like the way the honey makes the cornbread taste. So that's our honey, and we'll mix that in. Okay, now we can go ahead and add our pepper to the dry ingredient. Go ahead and add our corn and buttermilk ingredient to the mix. Now I better put some salt in that, y'all. Let's see. Do a teaspoon, I mean. Let's see how this mix up here. Let's get this mixed. Let's get that starting mixing. Oh, beans and cornbread. Mother don't really like beans too much because they ate them, I guess, always. Ever since she was a little old girl. That 90-something years of eating beans, I guess you get kind of tired of them, but I like them, and she likes them with this tomatoes in them. So, now that's a little dry. Let me, Billy Jean getting him messed the damn kitchen up again. That's all he does. Somebody said, do you really think you're talking to somebody? I said, no, I'm not that mental. I know. I'd rather just blame everything on Billy Jean instead of saying, well, I did it. I'm going to get a cup of water, hot water, out of my dispenser. But y'all know I said add water. You got to add, when you think something we're going to see, now I'm not going to add the whole cup, but I stir that in, that hot water. Grandmother always said steam the corn, the cornmeal, you know, the pieces of corn. She said it'll make a softer cornbread. So that's why I add the water, to get it about like that, probably. Now I think I'm going to add, let me get some soda, a teaspoon of soda to this now. Let me see if I can get Dolly. Let me get Dolly. I'm just going to try this because I want to see if that'll help that rise a little better. Usually I won't mix something that's already wet because I don't want it to. But I'm just going to put that in there. I forgot, I said to myself, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to see how that soda reacts with that buttermilk, see if it'll make a fluffier cornbread, which I like this recipe anyway. And it's on the side already. You can put a little chili powder in this. It makes a good flavor of cornbread. Okay, now we've got that. Let me get a skillet off the wall. We're going to put it in our black skillet today. I decided that's what we're going to do. That's just what we're going to do. So we're going to get some oil, and I'm about out of oil. Lord help. I didn't know that. Oh, got some more oil. That'll be enough. That'll be just plenty. Be just fine. I really need to add some more to the bread, cornbread. And I didn't know I was out of olive oil. Gosh, I guess I used more than I realized. I cook so much, you know. We'll just take some of this butter and put it in there. How about that? I think that'll be fine too. Let's get a little butter down in there. Just butter it up, baby. Butter that up. All right, now then, let's just get our cornbread in our pan. That's all you gotta do. I'm getting tired today, y'all. Well, I did have. Did I finish the bird story? I don't know. Well, to make that long story short, I got the car fixed, and I got the mockingbird. Oh, I didn't finish. So then I thought, well, they're going to be hungry. So I came in and I got them some quick oats. I think that'll be fine for those birds. Better than nothing, quick oats, like oatmeal, quick oats, or whatever they are. And got them some of those, and so we'll see. I haven't seen them. I spread it on the ice, you know, so they could see it. Enough of those quick oats, and I had some Cheerios. We'll see a bird with his beak in a Cheerio. He better not get it stuck on there. He won't get it off. But we'll check that out. Okay, I'm gonna put this in my oven for 400 degrees. Let me get it baked. Let me do 400. Okay. I'm going to do 25 minutes, and convection probably won't take that long, but that's what I'm going to do. Let's see about the beans. See how much. Sounds like they'll be probably done in about the steam. I'm going to let that natural steam release so they get tender. That's where you get your tenderness on this Instapot when you're cooking beans. I'll be back in just a little bit. Okay, I decided I'm going to put on some. I had that half a can of cream style, so I opened another can, and I'm going to put some butter into my pan here. I'm going to have to get some more butter out of the put that in my pan there. I'll get some more butter in a little while. And nothing like good cream style corn, but I don't. I like to make it from the garden, you know. But in the winter months, and I didn't put any up, so we just have to use it out of a can and be satisfied with that because there's not much you can do. So I'll get some heavy cream. Let me get this butter. Okay, I'm going to add my corn, half a can of corn to it. And then a whole can. Half a can and a whole can. And then I won't waste my corn. Then we can sit here and we can eat it with our beans. Let me get that butter mixed in. Get some pepper. Get some black pepper. Gotta have black pepper boiled. Can't do without black pepper and the salt. Not a lot, because you already got processed salt in that. I'm going to just let that cook down. And I'm going to put some heavy whipping cream in that to cream that up. Get that cream in there, and that's what makes it a good cream style corn. Put you a little bit of sugar in it if you want it. We don't need it, so we're not going to put it in there. See how that creams that corn up with that whipping cream? It totally takes it from let me use my bowl. It totally takes it from that can to similar to your homemade cream style corn. Now you have to stir that so you don't boil it. But that whipping cream changes this corn totally. And you'll know it by flavor because it's got such a good flavor. Now I've got some of those potatoes I could have made, but I think this is going to be plenty for Mother and I with a glass of tea. We'll just have this, and once I get this corn finished cooking, then I think we'll have plenty to eat for tonight. I'll just let that corn sit there and I'm going to turn it down, just let it sit there and cook for a little bit, bubble and cook for a little bit, and it'll take some of that condensation liquid out of it. And that's what we're going to do. Okay, I'm going to turn that corn off because it's done pretty good. Let's just set that on our back burner and cut an onion up while y'all were asleep, and I'm going to put that in the ice water bowl, so that'll chill that onion and make it a lot better. Set it down on the sideboard, and then we'll be back in just a little bit. You know, with all the trouble I've had with my iron, I buy the Bibby's sliced beets, and I drain those before I put them on my cold plate for lunch. So I'll drink that beet juice. It's not the best thing in the world, but I know it's healthy for me. So that's why I do it. So now let me get my beets out and make sure. Always get one hung in there, seems like. But I get them cleaned out at least. Those beets are pretty good for y'all. I don't know if you care for beets, but they're really good for you. And I don't think I have any sour cream, or do I? Let me see, I might. Hold on just a minute. I might. I'll check and see. One thing I like, I might get a bigger bowl. Gotta get a bigger bowl, Billy. Gotta get a bigger bowl. I'm gonna get this, one of these kind of bowls. Let me get the onions out of the way. Put it over on the sideboard. It should have done. I put my beets in there. I'll put some salt on them. Let me get the salt shaker side. One more. Pepper. A little pepper, a little salt. Put a little bit of garlic. Just a itty bit. Not much. Then I'll take my sour cream that I have. It's my hands off. Now I'll take my sour cream and I'm going to dip some of that sour cream on those beets and just mix that around. And make kind of a, let's see what I can do, and I will. So you just mix that around. And that's a little different take on those beets. I'll put a little, see, I've got some, oh gosh, I've got a lot of stuff, but Lord, let me see. I was looking for my, here it is. Oh, that's not it. Here it is. My celery seed. Put a little celery seed on them. Mix that in with those beets. And that's really good, y'all. Now, you could have sliced those beets. You can cut them with your fork, chop them up if you want to. You make a beet salad. You can put fresh corn, not fresh corn, frozen corns, mixed vegetables, stuff with those beets, and it's just good for you. It's good for you. Really good for you. I'm just chopping that up with my spoon. Because I should have cut them, but we didn't know we was going to make this, did we? But that makes some good you know, grandmother used to take them beets. Oh, they'd make pickled beets and kind of put them up like that. Not fried green tomatoes, those green tomatoes and watermelon rind that I showed y'all yesterday. If that didn't have so much sodium in it, I would adore to eat that, but there's just too much. Once you can that stuff, let me check the cornbread, and see what it looks like. Let me check it and see. See what that. I think it's gonna be all right. I do. There's our cornbread. Now I'll put some. I'll get some. I might have to get some more butter. Just have to wait a second. Let me get some. Now this don't. This smells just like a grandmother's house today. You know how funny how you reminisce about certain smells and all that. Just grease that, butter that cornbread just like that. That kind of fluffed up in the middle more than, but that pan, see, I didn't fill that pan all the way full today, like I do a lot of times. That's sure hot though. That pan's hot. I'll just take my knife and just kind of go around it. We'll leave our butter out because we're going to have some more butter. But here's our, see, that is just going to be so good right there. Chopped beets with sour cream, pepper and salt, and a little bit of dill. Little dill. A little deal to this, a little deal to that. I'm putting the sour cream up. I've got quite a bit of stuff that I can make, but the mother and I just don't eat it. You know, eat a lot. I eat more than I should. My waist will tell you I do because let's see about the beans now. Okay, those are, see how much pressure, very little pressure's left on those beans. So I'm going to go ahead and let that little bit of steam off there. And let me lift this. Ooh, that's heavy. Have to get all that steam out. So it lets you open the thing up. Or it won't let you open it up. Let me pull it up and I'm going to get it over here and put it over the sink so make sure. And see if I've got that or let's check them and see if they got soft, and you know they're going. Let me see if I can get that out here. Just a minute, y'all. I've got to get two different pot holders because that's heavy and it's hot. Gosh. I'm going to set it right back there by the microphone thing. Oh, that is heavy and that is hot. But there's our beans. Look, there's your beans with your hand. Look there. Okay, we got that done. Okay, I got the cornbread there, got it cut. I'm just buttering it now. Buttering that cornbread up there, like that. Mother come in here wanting potato chips. I said, Mother, you hadn't eaten your lunch. You're not going to eat. She got mad at me, I think, but if I give her those potato chips, I'll take them to her when I bring her lunch. But she won't eat her lunch. So I'm going to put a little bit of this beet on there with that cornbread. That cornbread was so hot, I barely got it out of there. We'll get some of these onions just to put on that plate. And then I'll get her a bowl of beans. She won't eat lots, so you just have to kind of, there's our beans. They turned out real good. That's what we're going to have right here. This is what we're going to have today, y'all. That pan's so darn hot, I actually dropped it. But that's what we're having for lunch today. Beans and cornbread and beet salad. We've got our cream style corn over here. And I'll have to, I guess I could put that down here with the, I've got too much stuff already. But let me get a, because she won't eat a lot of that. So I'll put her some on there. She'll like it. I will give her a little cream style corn, and I'll put this on her tray, and that's what we're going to have right here. All right, y'all. We are okay. We hope you're okay. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for hyping us. Thank you for doing everything, texting us, calling us, or messaging us. We're all doing okay. We've still got, I've still got our chicken to do. I'll do that tomorrow. I'm not going to make any more food today. And I hope y'all stay safe out there. God bless you. God bless the United States. Wish you was here to have some beans, cornbread, and cream style corn. And all I can say, like I always say, we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.